So MongoDB and PHP go back quite a ways, about as old as the database itself. It was one of the first drivers, long before Derek and myself came aboard. And one of the things we did in the last 2 years was migrate to PHP 7. We had to rewrite the driver for that, so we came up with a new architecture. And with more recently, MongoDB 3.4 came out on Tuesday, as well as all the drivers with compatible releases with it. And so there was another big bit of growth for the PHP driver. We've refactored a lot more things and made a lot of the connection handling and stuff more stable for the PHP 7 driver. The drivers continue to offer a good API experience. As the database becomes more stable and more mature, it's less of a risk to take advantage of it. I mentioned some of the things in the pipeline for the driver now that it's more stable. We still have maybe some bugs on Windows and some PHP 7 opcache things to get into. But as far as APIs that we like to put out there, better command monitoring. So all the Mongo drivers, we have a lot more specs now for APIs that all the drivers implement. One of those is monitoring commands and queries, which will hook in nicely with PHP monitoring frameworks. So like our old driver, companies like New Relic had to have modules that integrated with them manually, and this will be a more user-land thing so that people can write PHP libraries to track the performance of their application. And one of the other things that we're looking forward to is adding more high-level APIs that support ODM behaviors, which some of the drivers have, some don't. But having worked on Doctrine in the past, there's a bunch of features that I think would be beneficial to put into the driver that Doctrine or other ODMs can use and take advantage of, so that they don't have to do everything in PHP code. We've had a lot more involvement from the community because now the driver code is more approachable. You don't need to know PHP internals to contribute to it or provide feedback and read the code. And one of the mistakes that turned out happily is when we published a driver, we forgot to turn off GitHub issues. Previously, all the issue reporting was in our Jira program. So now we have a vibrant community around our GitHub repositories where users are helping each other before Derek or I can get and respond to them. So this is great. The users are diagnosing each other's problems, particularly with the library. They can have certainly more access to the code, so they can figure things out on their own and help each other. But that's something that in the last year has really taken shape, and it's been good to see that growing organically.